Hey, let's do a review on this wireless fan. Yeah, Tom, that's a great idea. So, yep, it's a fan. I mean, it's cool. It's wireless, quiet, portable. It's not the most photogenic thing, though. How do you make an informative but entertaining video about a fan? Got it.
Lieutenant Dan!
Nope, Lieutenant Fan. Hey everyone, I'm Tom the Dilettante, and today I'm going to be reviewing this Smartele 16-inch portable floor fan from Setpower. Lieutenant Fan here is a solidly constructed battery-operated fan that's said to run 3 to 38 hours on a single charge, move up to 2,500 cubic feet per minute of air, charge in 2 hours, and even charge portable electronics when you need it. Like other reviews, I'm going to cover this thing's specs, put it through some tests to see how well it measures up to those advertised specs, and then share with you some of my overall impressions. But before I start, you might be thinking, dude, it's just a fan. Yeah, but it's cordless. And believe it or not, that's more convenient than you might think. What might you use a fan for? Common uses I have for a fan are ventilating a workspace, running air over painted parts, also known as forcibly embedding dust into a paint job, providing some airflow while camping on hot summer nights, making my little office more comfortable, or keeping the mosquitoes away while out in the patio trying to enjoy the evening. Being able to deploy a fan for all of these purposes without having to drag a cord around and create a trip hazard is actually proving to be pretty convenient. This fan comes in 12-inch and 16-inch versions, and as of this video are priced at $116 and $152 respectively. While that might seem expensive, it turns out that that's on par with other brands out there, including cordless fans by the likes of DeWalt or Milwaukee. But unlike some of these other brands, the Smartele fan here is all metal, and not cheap metal either. The legs are solid, with nice rubber feet to keep it in place. The grate is metal and tight, solidly constructed, and dare I say even kid-friendly. I mean, there's no way a kid's gonna get their fingers next to these blades. And the body's all metal, with a nice finish. And while sturdy, it's not terribly heavy, weighing in at just under 9 pounds or 4 kilograms. Let's take a look at the rest of this thing's advertised specs. It's powered by a 15,000 milliamp hour battery, pushes air at 2600 CFM on high, tilts up to 160 degrees, is IPX4 water resistant, charges in 2.5 hours, runs from 3 to 38 hours, is as quiet as the average refrigerator hum, and uses brushless motor technology. Not bad there, Lieutenant Fan. You talk the talk. Let's see if it walks the walk. Starting with runtime. On a full charge and set to the highest setting, I got 170 minutes or 2.83 hours of runtime before the battery ran dry. Not bad at all compared to the advertised 3 hours. Recharged again, and this time set to medium, the Lieutenant here ran 700 minutes or 6.7 hours before petering out. Now there's no advertised runtime for medium, so we'll just take that for what it is. Finally, on a full charge and this time set to the lowest setting, I set out to see if this thing can really run 38 hours on a single charge. Wouldn't you know it, I measured a runtime of 36.4 hours. Not bad. Next, how about recharge time? From dead to full, I measured 2.5 hours on the button consistently over the prior 3 tests. 2 for 2. On to sound levels. The ambient sound level in my shop was whisper quiet at 35 decibels for this test. With my meter about 1 meter or 39 inches from the fan, let's test how loud it gets with various settings. On low, the fan is barely audible and doesn't even register on the meter. On medium, we register about 49 decibels, equivalent to the hum of a normal refrigerator. On high, the fan is about as loud as a normal conversation, clocking in at around 57 decibels. The specs on the fan say less than 45 decibels. Now, I don't know how they measured it and what environment they use and so forth, but my test came out louder than that. Since I don't know, and since my environment is less than ideal, what with noise reflecting walls and such, I'm going to give this a sheepish question mark. Besides, given the amount of air that it moves, it's still quieter than any other portable or floor fan that I've ever owned, so I'm good with it. Speaking of moving air, let's wrap up our testing with just that. With my anemometer placed 6 inches in front of the fan, I measured 4.3 kilometers per hour or 2.9 miles per hour of airspeed on low. Perfect for a slight breeze when placed close to you. On medium, I clocked 13.3 kilometers per hour or 8.5 miles per hour. This is probably the setting I'm going to use most when I want to cool myself off or just turn over some air. And on high, I clocked in at 17.3 kilometers per hour or 11 miles per hour. I can see this being useful when working outside on the car or something on a hot summer day. Unfortunately, I'm not confident in my ability to translate these measurements into cubic feet per minute equivalent, so whether or not it hits the advertised mark of 2600 CFM, I'm just not sure. But the Lieutenant here has no slouch when it comes to moving air. On high, it definitely produces a good breeze, and while I can't quantify it in terms of CFM, I'm still going to give this one a thumbs up. All in all, I'm surprised by how impressed I am with this fan. I wasn't in the market for one when Setpower asked me to review it alongside their RV45D portable fridge, and to be honest, I kinda didn't want it. But after using it for a while, this thing definitely is more useful than some Lieutenants I've actually known. Aside from the performance we just covered, the fact that it can charge other devices, run indefinitely like a normal fan when plugged into the wall, and tilt 160 degrees is why it's worthy of being a new shop mascot. Heck, I don't have AC in this shop, and in the summers I've been using cheap, rattly and noisy box fans tethered to the wall by their cores to keep from melting. But now I'm kind of looking forward to easily deploying Lieutenant Fan here this summer as needed to keep the sweat out of my eyes. So if you think you'd be interested in something like this, head on over to the Setpower website at www.setpowerusa.com and check it out. You can use the discount code TomTheDilettante for 10% off this thing if you decide to pull the trigger on your own officer in charge of cooling. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions or something to add, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks as always for your time, and until the next time, this is Tom the Dilettante saying stay cool. Have a good one.